All right, so let's start on the ground floor. What exactly are we referring to when we use the term ghostwriting? Well, on one hand, it's as straightforward and narrow as it sounds, but on the other, it also contains a number of subtleties and wrinkles that are important to be aware of and that I hope I can help provide some light about today. When we talk about ghostwriting, we usually talk about books. And in that frame of reference, it's fairly straightforward. So using me as an example, it makes things pretty clear and direct. Sometimes you're an author. Sometimes you are a co-author, or you have a collaborator, or you are the with person on the byline, or in this case, the and person on the byline, or you are first and the other person is second, or your name is 10% smaller, or you're on top and they're on the bottom. But in either case, the second scenario is you are a co-something, a co-author, or you are sharing the status with someone, but you are visible. And then, of course, when we talk about ghostwriting, that is you there holding the powerful pencil or typing on the powerful keyboard, but you are in the background. You are a ghost, hopefully a happy ghost like this one, but your name does not appear anywhere, and people do not know it was you, except in special circumstances. Let's also say what ghostwriting is not, because there tends to be, in my observation, some confusion about this issue. So I want to not only explain to you what it is in general terms, but specifically what we are not talking about. I don't know how many of you saw this, but it is not the recent and, in my opinion, quite bad movie, The Ghostwriter, which was full of intrigue and murder and suspense and a far-fetched plot and one of the worst English accents ever by Kim Cattrall, but I digress. Ghostwriting projects are projects like any other. They've got timelines, deadlines, parameters, costs, and implications for your profile and career based on how you perform in them. No matter what the movie suggests, I promise you that ghostwriters rarely get murdered. I've done a great many ghostwriting projects, and I've not been killed as a result of a single one of them yet. In the second place, ghostwriting projects are not private vacations that mean you get to work in a bubble or a vacuum for several months and then come out at the end and ask for a big fat check. It's quite the contrary, in fact. Ghostwriting projects demand more than the normal amount of communication because of the responsibility you've been handed by someone else. I'll elaborate on this point shortly, but the general gist here is that ghostwriting involves you and at least one other person from beginning to end, and that's important to remember. Finally, ghostwriting is not necessarily a way to enhance your list of credits, at least not your public list of credits. And the obvious reason for this is that when you are a ghost, your contribution, of course, must stay in the background. The only people who know of your involvement in most cases are the person you are ghostwriting for, along with those directly involved in the project in one way or another. So let's say the agent, the editor, and sometimes the publisher or the people in the publishing house who are involved in the project, perhaps the marketing people, perhaps the sales force. More on this in a bit.